Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys. Get ready to do another interview. King Solomon Entertainment. Um, Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting the medium that we have. Committed to giving you great content, excellent topics, and just continue to move the median forward with just bring you great topics, great shows, and great and interesting things to follow. We're so glad about the traction that we're getting for Philanthropy at its best. Wonderful feedback, wonderful growth. Hollywood Now, wonderful growth, wonderful feedback, as well as KS News. And so continue to support King Solomon Entertainment Company on all social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on IG. Please, King Solomon Entertainment Company. Please continue to support those you want to support us directly. Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. King Solomon Entertainment Company. Please, whatever you can give is greatly appreciated to continue to bring you what we're doing, developing the media outlet to just become bigger and better. We have another great interview for you today, Hollywood Now. Another wonderful, great interview for you today. And before we get started, we want to definitely thank our partners and our sponsors, hearttoheartforyou.org. Please reach out to hearttoheartforyou.org and Heel to Heel. Wonderful partners are just donated a bunch of stuff to us. We're gonna be doing cash giveaway. We're gonna be doing prize giveaway shoes, and we're gonna be pulling from our subscribers. So definitely subscribe, comment, and share. And we're gonna be doing shoe giveaway to men, women, and children from our subscription list. And so definitely subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a family member. So when we get ready to pull from subscriptions, you guys will be involved in the lottery pick. USC Black Alumni Association, thank you so much for your support. Moreland Greenwood Foundation, another one of our sponsors and supporters. Thank you guys for your support. And also, if you are interested in becoming a partner and a sponsor, please email us at kingsolomonentertainment.tv. Add yourself to our website list. King Solomon Entertainment spelled all the way out .tv. And so continue to support. We thank you guys. We're on most platforms, so definitely subscribe, comment, and share this video. Another great interview today. We're going to bring them in just a moment, allowing people to come in. Thank you guys so much again for your continued support. We are committed to developing this media outlet to be bigger and bigger and bigger and better. And it's just growing to do just that. Wonderful feedback, and thank you so much once again. And we couldn't do it without you guys' support and without you guys sharing the outlet with your friends and with your followers as well. So we're going to take a minute and bring them in a few seconds. And we have a wonderful, great interview, Hollywood Now, where we interview one-on-one Hollywood stars, influencers, and insiders in Hollywood. Talking about their journey, about their experience in Hollywood, and how the paradigm shifts continue to change, and how they are maneuvering. And we have a wonderful, great interview today, and we're going to bring them in right now. Be patient. That was good. And so, yeah, so thank you guys. Continue to support, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Hey, we have our guest for today. We have comedian Jay Reid. How you doing, brother?
What's up? What's up?
All right. I always let the guests introduce themselves. Please tell the audience who you are.
Hey, this is comedian Jay Reid, comedian, actor, extraordinary writer. You guys probably see me on Who's Got Jokes or the Ladies Night Out tour on Showtime. Just my mission is to make the world laugh, one city at a time.
That's right. And since you're on that vein, let's continue in that. And your credits also consist of the TV One special, Laugh
Yes.
Factory, Funny Bone, Improv. You also produce your own platform, Comedy and Cocktails.
Comedy and cocktails, yes.
Yes. And so BET, Coming to the Stage, And so you've done a lot of wonderful things and also transitioned to
Yes.
film and TV as well. So I'd like to get started on how did you know or when did you know that you wanted to do stand-up or acting or the arts?
Um, honestly, comedy just kind of found me. As a kid, I used to always love making people laugh and just seeing people smile. That was always something that was just something that I loved to see. So, just growing up, I was just always the class clown and at school and, at the family barbecues, at the family reunion, I was the one making all the adults laugh and my aunts and uncles, so it was just always in me. It's something that I could always do, and I went to the military and I came home from my basic training, because I was doing the reserve. So I had a girlfriend at the time and she was like, "You are so funny. You should just try stand-up comedy." And I've always, loved stand-up comedy, but I never knew that I could make a living and I can actually do it. So she kind of encouraged me to go out there and try it. And I tried it one time and I bombed my first time. And it's something that was burning inside me that made me say, you know what, try it again. You could do this. And the next time I went back on stage, I felt what it feels like to hear laughter come right back at you and people relate to something that you went through that you made funny. So and I fell in love that day and I've been doing it ever since that day.
So from being the family member at the family functions to going on stage, what was I know it was probably scary, but what was the difference when you found out, okay, like, am I really funny? What was the difference in that doing it for real on stage?
Well, see, the big difference is, and a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people that think that they can that actually make their friends laugh or their family members laugh, think that they can go on stage and just make other people laugh like that. But it's totally different. It's like you never met these people, they come from different backgrounds. It's like everybody in that audience might, one person might come from China, the next person might come from Compton or something, the other person might be in from New York, from Queens or something, so
Yeah.
everyone comes from different backgrounds. So you have to have, jokes in your back pocket to be able to relate to everybody, and I think that that's the hardest part. And that's what I had to learn how to do. It wasn't just making my family members that love me. They went to my graduation and all of that. It's easy to make those people laugh because they know you, but to make a complete stranger that you've never ever met and just make them laugh and just relate to them when you come from a totally different background than them, it's like that's when the magic happens.
So what is your regimen then? Since we talking about you learned from just getting there and you now know what it consists of, what's the art? Like you learned the art of stand-up, the art of what you do as far as entertaining. What's your regimen makeup? Like what's your background as far as education? Do you take classes? Do you practice on your girlfriend? Like tell me, it's just funny. Like what is your regimen to know that you know to prepare you before you get up on that stage?
I have no regimen. That stage is my regimen. It's like, you know, every comedian has to get up on stage in order to work their jokes out because it might be funny to you when you write it, but it might not be funny on stage, So you have to constantly get on that stage and you constantly, change up different things, change up words in your joke to make the joke better. You have to craft the joke. That's what we do. We take words and experiences, life experiences, and we craft it all together and make it funny. And that's what we have to learn. That's what we have to do. And we only do that when we're on stage. You can go in front of the mirror all you want to with your jokes, and you do a number making yourself laugh, So, but when you get on that stage and you have that audience in front of you, they're not gonna lie to you. You can
Yeah.
see the funny. They gonna think it's funny, or they're gonna let you know it's not.
Yeah. So tell me how important is timing then. And doing that, it seems like timing is really key too. Like you have to wait
Oh,
for
definitely.
timing is key, right? Learning that.
Yeah, but that goes along with getting on stage. You learn how to build your timing and find your voice and stand up. That only comes from just getting on stage and getting your reps in. It's just like being a basketball player. If you're in the NBA, you still have to go to practice, get your jump shots in, work on the fundamentals, and that's what we're doing. When we go on stage, we're working on our fundamentals. When we go to an open mic or if we go to just a small club to work out some new jokes, we working on our fundamentals of crafting jokes. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then when we get those big shows, that's what we prepare for.
Yeah.
We go out to those big shows and we execute.
I ask all of my guests their Hollywood experience, which is the premise of the show. When you first came to Hollywood and entertaining and doing stand-up as well as acting, how was the embrace? How was the camaraderie? How was fellow comedians treating you? Did anybody embrace you? How was that experience like?
Yeah, well, see that's the thing with Hollywood. With my experience in Hollywood, it's tricky because everyone's competing with everyone. You know, it's like Hollywood. That's where the best of the best go. You know, like right now the NBA, they're in a big bubble right now. The best of the best in the world is in Orlando right now playing basketball.
Yeah.
But the best of the best comedians in the world are in Los Angeles. You know, competing for stage time. You know, trying to be the best comedian that from that show, because there's a lot of industry people that could be in the audience, so everyone's competing. You have guys that you just connect with and become friends, but you also have guys that say they're your friend, but trying to undercut you, trying to get in where they fit in. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, talk
that's
about
the
it.
that's just the beast of Hollywood. But I've met some comedians, man. There's just so many comedians that I've built great relationships and great bonds with that's unbreakable, because at the end of the day, it's a fraternity. We all want to see each other win, but some comedians will try to stab you in the back to get ahead, and that just comes with it.
Well, it's a great perspective that you have on it, because although you're saying that you have a mixture of experience of good and bad, or not even necessarily viewing them as good and bad, it's just like you said, the way it is. So what did that do to you as a fellow camaraderie peers in the industry when someone said, well, I'm not going to befriend you because this is the industry and I got to eat and all this. So what did that make you do?
Yeah.
You didn't become defeated because of that. What did it make you do?
No, you gotta keep going. It's with comedy, it's gonna be so many different obstacles that you're gonna face, just with other comedians, with bookers, with promoters, like you're gonna face so many different obstacles, but like I said before, like it's some real comedians on the chat right now. My man Ralph Porter is like, I met Ralph Porter, and shout out to you, Ralph. I see you, brother.
Ralph Porter.
I met my man Ralph Porter in Seattle, Washington. He had this big show in Seattle with a guy named Anthony Tibbs, and then it was one of the hottest running nights in Seattle. And I was just out there. My wife, she's actually from Seattle, so I was just out there one day and I met Ralph, and man, he was just the coolest dude. Man, they let me on the stage. And I went up there and ripped it, man. And he just came up to me, man, dapped me up, like, yo, man, you funny, man. Here's my number, man. Anytime you want to chop it up, let's definitely do that. And you have some real ones like that, And it's like that just, we've been friends ever since. I was probably like 15 years ago, And, anytime he's in my city or whatever, man, I'm showing him love. We going to hang out. We in the comedy clubs. When I'm in his city or whatever, we hanging out in the comedy clubs together. And you need friends like that coming up in the game, like we write together sometimes. Sometimes I hit him up, man, what you think about this joke? And he'll, hey, man, what you say this or say that? So you need that type of camaraderie and friendships in the game,
So what? So are you out of? I mean, from Vegas? You out of Vegas, or where are you? Vegas or Hollywood?
No, yeah, born and raised in Las Vegas, but I'm in and out of Hollywood all the time.
Okay, so that's pretty close. So you can be back and forth all the time. Now,
Yeah.
the Vegas stand-up circuit is different from Hollywood, and New York is a whole nother giant too. So,
oh yeah.
So what's the difference in your own opinion between those three circuits?
For me, New York is more of a stand-up comedy circuit. LA is stand-up, but it's more, get into the movies and people trying to get it, the next commercial and the next acting gig, also a writing job on a TV show or something.
It is shows in New York too, though. It is shows.
True. No, true. But I just think Hollywood is more of the, I got to get in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like New York is more, hey man, I'm trying to hit 5 and 6 clubs tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's like a comedy that comedy circuit, that comedy, like that real
the grind,
that comedy grind. Yeah. But LA is more, it's like I see all the comedians in the audition. We probably going for the same part in the audition room, but comedy is more like, yo, we going to the comedy club tonight, man. I'm going to be the best comedian, It's just a different feel.
Yeah, because when I do a lot of promotion as well, and I went up to the comedy store, you see everybody at the comedy store, whether they performing or not, or whether they're working there. It's amazing. You go there, and you see everybody
Yeah.
right at the comedy store. It's amazing. So, what's some of the best advice you got from a already established comedian? What's some of the best advice you got?
Some of the best advice that I got, I always, to this day, I still think about this. I still remember this in my, in my journey in comedy. J. Anthony Brown. I did a show called Coming to the Stage. This was like 2003, I believe. It was called Coming to the Stage. It was on BET. That's when little, I don't know if you remember Little JJ, the young comedian. He's
Yeah.
all grown up now. He was on Nickelodeon, but he was on that show, and that's how he kind of blew up. But
Wow.
it was a comedy competition. I did that show, and J. Anthony Brown was one of the judges of the show. And after, I lost the show, but after the show, Jay came up to me and was like, "Yo, man, I really thought you was funny. I really see something special inside of you. I just want to give you this advice about comedy." He said, "Always do it for the love of the craft. Never, ever do it for money or all the perks, the women and the fame. You could get in all these great places, get VIP. It's like, don't even think about that. Don't even do it for that. You always got to do it for the love of the craft, because if you do it for the love of the craft, all of that will come. All of the money, all of the fortune, all of that will come. But you always have to be true to the craft first." And
I
that's
think
something that I've always thought about. I always keep inside of me. Anytime I get down about comedy, I always think about that, what he said, and just enjoying the process of it, because it's a long process, it's a long journey, but you just have to enjoy it. You just have to enjoy the ups and the downs of it.
I think that is so important. That's why I always ask that question, because that embrace, it kind of opens your eyes. I think it kind of propels you, and how to really really see it for people who've been there
Yeah,
30 years and they really really get it after all their trials and triumphs. They kind of help you out by
yeah,
propelling you forward to kind of like prevent you from doing all. You're gonna still make your mistakes, but it kind of like prevents you to make a lot of them. Because they gave you
yeah,
that great advice. And when I hear some of the people that come on the platform, they say, "Oh, Richard Pryor told me this," or Mooney told me. I'm like, Mooney, like you getting advice from people like it's like I couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like getting advice
oh
from
yeah,
icons like that'll change your life.
yeah.
It really will.
Oh no, I got advice from Paul Mooney. Like that was one of the best times as being a comedian. Like, I always looked up to Paul Mooney. He's one of my favorite comedians
Yeah,
of all time.
amazing. Yeah,
So
amazing.
I got a chance to work with him in Kansas City, at the Improv in Kansas City, and that was one of the best times that I've ever had. Like, just to sit and break bread with him, just to share the same stage with him. I was just like in awe. I went to the radio station with him. We sat there and did an interview together. Like, it was just the dopest thing ever. And
Yeah,
it's like that. I just, things like that. Like, if you, that brings me back to saying, what J. Anthony Brown told me. If you're true to your craft, all of that will come. It's like I've some of these celebrities that I grew up watching, some of these
yeah,
famous comedians and famous actors. Like, I never ever thought that I would dream that I never even dreamed that to think that I would even hang out with these people. And some of these people now are like my best friends, and I talk to these people on a consistent basis. So it's
yeah.
like, all of that was because of my craft and my love for what I do and my talent. So, that's, all of that's going to come. And
Yeah.
I just thank God for it.
You've been doing this for 15 years, you say, right?
Oh, no, longer than that. I'm on my 18th year.
18 years. And so
Yeah.
with stand up, there's in my articulation of it, there's a 360, a full circle, meaning that when you first start, like you shared in prior, that you get on there, it's about time, it's about telling the jokes, one, two, three, like a pattern. Then, in my opinion, as you learn the craft, as you shape who you are, as you find your voice, after
Yeah.
you learn the principles of it, you can come full circle in it to where when you have a Richard Pryor on stage, a Red Fox on stage, it don't even matter what they're saying. They
Yeah.
just their persona like transform. It's like you just
Yeah.
want to hear them.
Yeah.
Everything they
Yeah.
say their mouth is funny.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So have you think you progressed to that? Have you moved towards that? Like where you are you still like in the middle or where you are with that?
Yeah. I think for my audience that knows me, I think I have, for the people who who's still not familiar with me, you
Right.
know, I think that they're still learning my voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know my voice, and my audience that follows me right now, they know my voice, but you know, there's some people out there who don't know me, who don't know my voice yet. So, but I think that, you know, people seeing me on stage, I think they like what I'm doing. I think they like my voice, and I think they, you know, the audience is showing that, you know, that people they like the content and the subject matter that I'm putting out there. So I'm gonna just
Yeah.
continue to feed my audience and, you know, all my new fans and everything, and I'm gonna just continue to give them all of me and give them what I, you know, how I see the world.
Now you do television as well as film. Like
Hmm.
I don't know what your regimen is for television and film, but have you just said, well, oh, you know, I'm prepared. I go just show up and DJ. Like what do you do special for film and television? The same regimen?
Well, no, it's different, you know, with stand up and, you know, doing a movie or doing, you know, a TV, that's totally different. So it's like I don't approach it the same way as far as like my writing or like I'm getting on stage. Um, because I'm trying to be that character, whatever character that I need to be. It's like I'm trying to do the best job to bring that character out and whatever they need me to be at that point. So um, to me, that it's two different things. So it's like I can't say that I have a different regimen or I try to do the same. Well, I would say it's a different regimen because just because it's two different entities for me.
So what do you do? What do you do as far as preparing for like the auditioning process? Do you like the auditioning process?
I don't like the auditioning process, but that's Hollywood, you know. You got to do that. But the way I prepare, if I have a role, like I did, I was a massage therapist in the movie 21 with Kevin Spacey. This is back in like 2009. But the way I prepared for that role was, you know I have some massage therapist friends. I just kind of, you know, watched them, did, you know, took some notes of what they did, and just tried to, you know, apply to what I had to do to make that character believable. You know, I
And,
had to rub the lady's feet the right way. I had to use the
yeah, yeah.
thumbs and everything to get in there. I just
That,
wanted to make it believable.
that do you always try to include some funny in all your roles, or like
Oh
do you
yes.
want to do non-funny roles? Like what you try?
Well, I mean, all the roles that, you know, since I'm the stand-up, everybody know me from stand-up. Everybody always try to get me to do the funny roles. So, you know, that's what I'm used to. But I definitely want to do some serious roles in the future. You know, I want to show off my abilities. You know, I'm funny, but I can be serious too. You know, I know my team's so big, I'm always smiling, but you know, I can close it for a little bit and get it, you know, act serious.
Yeah. So what is your goal like for the future? What like now that we are surviving and getting back, Hollywood is getting back. Like, what do you see your next move is as far as getting back out there and you know, tackling it different as we ascertain the new normal? Like, what are you
Yeah.
preparing for that? You know, as far as that still trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, well, you know, we're right now, a lot of the communities, we're slowly getting back into, you know, the clubs. They're slowly opening back up. And, you know, it's different now because they have all these new guidelines with the social distancing, and, you know, they have to lower the capacity. So we can't like sell these clubs out anymore. So we're taking a hit, you know, with our finances because they only allow a certain amount of people into the club, you know, and so it's different, but we're adjusting to it, and I'm gonna just keep adjusting and try to, you know, just be creative and do shows that people are gonna want with this whole new norm, you know, with the face mask and all of that. It's like, you know, I don't want to wear a face mask on stage, but if I have to, then we just got to make it work. I got to be creative with it
Make it
and
part of
just
your
make it
routine.
work. Yeah,
Make it
but
part of your
I mean,
routine.
yeah, man. But I'm not gonna let it stop me. I don't think that this pandemic is gonna stop us at all. You know, we still we're gonna get through this, and once we get through this, you know, my plan is to do what I always dreamed of doing. Is like that's taking over the world, being the biggest celebrity on the face of this earth.
That's right.
That's my
So
job.
what
I'm
what
just trying to share as
advice
much as. Go ahead.
what advice and what inspiration would you give to future actors and comedians? What advice would you give them?
You know, I would just say, man, go hard with it. Put your all into it. Make it your life. You know, every day I get up, I'm always thinking of that next joke. I'm always trying to see what can I do to inspire other people and inspire my kids, you know, because my kids, you know, they're at home. They see me every day. They see, you know, my work ethic, me working, me trying to, you know, build something. for their lives, you know, for their future. And I'm putting my all into it. So that's definitely important to me, for my kids to see me working hard and trying to achieve something, goals that I've set out. Um, and I want to I want the world to see, you know, how funny I am, and I want the world to hear my voice, and the world to know that, well, hopefully look at me one day as one of the greats. You know,
Yes.
that's what I strive for. I strive to be great, and I want to leave a great legacy when I leave here one day.
Are you working on anything currently?
Yeah, right now we're getting my show Comedy and Cocktails. That's getting ready to relaunch. So I'm excited about that. I think we're right now we're pushing for September. Um, but hopefully that goes through, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on my new comedy special also. I was supposed to shoot my comedy special right before the pandemic happened, but we had to push that back.
Mm.
So, but I do have a new comedy special that I'm shooting late this year. And also, I also have a comedy album that is on Amazon. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. Whatever your social media platform is, you can go in there and check out my new comedy album that's called All or Nothing. And this weekend, I'm going to be in Dallas. I'm going to be in Dallas doing a show at the Improv, at the Addison Improv. So if you guys are watching this, if you're in the Dallas area, if you have some family that's in the Dallas area, come check me out at the Addison Improv, August 7th through the 9th.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for supporting this media, King Simon Entertainment Media Group, entertainment company, Hollywood Now. Another great interview with comedian actor Jay Reid. Definitely share this video, comment, like, subscribe, support us on all social media. King Simon Entertainment Company. We thank you guys for all your support. And definitely, what do you want to finally say to people? And make sure you give them all your Twitter handles before we leave. So, what's the last thing you want to say to the audience? And definitely give your social media out.
Yeah, my you can hit me on my social media at comedian Jay Reid. That's the word comedian, the letter JREID. That's my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook. My YouTube page, man. I have a show on my YouTube and my Instagram called That Don't Go Together. You guys got to check it out. It's so funny.
Okay.
You know, I just take all of the hottest topics, man, and I'll just make it fun. I do like my little monologue, man. It's hilarious. So y'all go check that out. Get you some merchandise too. I got the That Don't Go Together merchandise. Also, go to my website and check that out. My website is www.jreedlive.com. So check that out.
What kind of merchandise you got? T-shirts and
I got T-shirts. I got the COVID mask. You know, I got everything. I got the hat coming real soon. We got to get you a COVID mask.
Yeah, you gotta get it. Thanks so much, Jay
I thought I heard
Reid,
you
man.
cough one time on this interview, man.
I'm thank you, boy. I thank you so much for doing the platform. It's a pleasure to have you on. You're so funny. And definitely reach out to Brother Jay Reid and definitely continue to support. Next time, we're going to be continuing, brother. And just good luck to everything you're doing. And just get back out there and make it happen, right? Thank
Hey,
you,
man, I
guys.
appreciate it, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Anytime you need me to support the show, I definitely got you, brother. Salute to you, all right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jay Reid. Next time, guys. Thank you.
Much love.
Hollywood
Much
Now.
love to you.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
All right.